In the space of 48 hours last week, President-elect Donald Trump announced 4 cabinet picks that stunned Washington. And the surprises keep coming. Trump is filling key positions at breakneck speed. He's taking a flood-the-zone approach, putting forward multiple candidates who in any normal universe would be considered unconfirmable. Trump is betting that Senate Republicans won't dare turn them all down. Whether he meant to do this or not, by putting forward so many candidates with scandals and controversies, Donald Trump is shifting the standard of what is considered acceptable in a cabinet nominee. One of Trump's most controversial picks, Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida, had been under a years-long investigation by the House Ethics Committee into allegations that he engaged in sexual misconduct and illicit drug use. Trump told people privately that he thought Gaetz had a less than even chance of being confirmed by the Senate. But he put him forward anyway, deciding to test his new power with the incoming Senate. Gaetz has now withdrawn himself from consideration, but the controversy surrounding him has made other Trump picks look reasonable by comparison. This speaks volumes about Trump's mindset as he prepares to enter office for a second time. He's returning to Washington emboldened by his victory, more contemptuous than ever of Washington expertise, and more confident than he's ever been in his own instincts. Presidents don't normally approach their cabinet selections this way. They work with their teams to figure out what the system might bear. 8 years ago, when Trump prepared to take office for the first time, he mostly followed that risk-averse approach. He relied on advice from political leaders and Washington establishment figures to appoint people that he knew very little about. He did this with his first Secretary of State and his first Defense Secretary, and many others. Those relationships ended terribly. Many of Trump's first batch of senior officials have said critical things about him. Trump has told his advisors he's determined not to make that mistake again. This time around, he's hiring for one quality above all others: loyalty. For example, Pete Hegseth, a deeply controversial pick, was a Fox News host and military veteran who regularly praised Trump on television.
Thank God we live in Donald Trump's America today.
Even Trump's former rival, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., has turned into an ally.
No matter what state you live in, you should be voting for Donald Trump.
And Tulsi Gabbard, a former Democrat who has railed against the national security establishment, became a Trump ally and even helped him in his debate prep against Kamala Harris.
Send him back to the White House to do the tough work of saving our country.
Trump's picks are causing a furor in Washington. They might not make it to or through Senate confirmation, but they're the clearest sign yet about how he intends to govern in a second-term administration.